Neutrino. What if learning Japanese could be as addictive as crack, gambling, and abusive relationships? Written by Khatzumoto, posted in November of 2012. Education by addiction. What if learning Japanese could be addictive? What if it could be as addictive as crack and crystal meth, as addictive as gambling, as addictive as men in white vests and cruel, heartless, emotionally volatile women? What if Japanese could be like that? Also, crack. What if it could be as addictive as World of Warcraft, as addictive as email, or Facebook, or Farmville? And what if someone had made it all addictive for you so you didn't have to make it addictive for yourself? What if someone had built this casino of learning Japanese by addiction awesomeness for you, and all you had to do was walk in? What if Japanese could literally ruin your life? Literally take your life and tear it a new one. A brand new, shiny Japanese one. I wanted to create something that would destroy your life. Footnote 1. I know, sweet, huh? End footnote. I don't want you to have a healthy life. Not because healthy is bad, but because it's usually just a euphemism for mediocre. Look closely at the people telling you to have a healthy life, and you'll usually, not always, but usually, find that they suck at life. I want you to be so good at this language that it scares people. I don't want you to have a normal life. I don't want you to have an ordinary life. I want you to have an extraordinary life. When SilverSpoon 1.0 came out, I thought, if only people knew what to do, exactly what to do, in excruciating detail, then everything would be cool. I would spoon feed every single day, and that would be cool. And it was cool. Mission accomplished. But it could be even cooler. New mission. Enter Neutrino, SilverSpoon 7.0. Just because you know exactly what to do, that doesn't mean you're going to do it. It's possible to get overwhelmed, even by the visibility of the action of a single day. So what if we cut this thing up into pieces so small and so addictive and so interesting and so easy that they were even easier to do than not to do? Basically, take the spoon feeding up by quantum leaps and bounds. Now, not only do you get spoon-fed, but the food that you get spoon-fed has already been chewed up for you, so it's all blended like that Gerber stuff. And the spoon you eat from has had some crack sprinkled on it, so you get hooked. And then the spoon gets put in your mouth, and then the Neutrino takes your jaw and moves it up and down to help you chew. No thought, no planning, no worrying, no fretting, no intelligence required on your part. Neutrino is there to be intelligent for you. It was designed that way. Because, let's face it, you're smart. We know you're smart. That was never in any doubt. You can follow rambling text like this, you're a sharp one. But that's just the thing, you're too smart. You're so smart, it's like being dumb, because your intelligence is used to create worry and fear and ulcers and panic attacks. So you need something that can bypass your intelligence, your overthinking, your overcalculation, and just get that spoon into your mouth. You're hardworking, but that's just the thing, you're too hardworking. You're so hardworking that it's like being lazy, because you use your hard work to cause yourself pain. You create yourself busy work. Footnote 2. You create busy work for yourself? I don't know, whatever, smiley face. End footnote. You work hard at hating yourself for not moving forward, for not being further ahead, for not being Doogie Howser, for being too much like Doogie Howser. You work hard at hating yourself for not being perfect and for not being 100% on the ball 100% of the time. You try to work so hard that you won't even let yourself do a little and just move forward. You keep burning yourself out. Neutrino has been created from scratch, from the ground up. It is a revolution rather than an evolution. In what is, as far as I'm aware, a world first in the field of getting used to Japanese, it integrates principles from behavioral science and addiction psychology in order to create an experience similar to, well, gambling. Yes, gambling. I believe in addiction, not just its power, which is obvious, but also in its neutrality. I believe in easy because I'm lazy. And as always, I believe in hookers and blow. Gotta believe in the hookers and blow. Nothing is wrong with things that are addictive. Something is right with them. The addictive part is right. Everything else about them may be wrong, but the addictive part is just fine. SilverSpoon Neutrino harnesses the power of addiction and uses it for good, where good equals, whatever man, as long as it helps with cats as hookers and blow. I mean, get used to Japanese. Neutrino also includes the best of the elements of old SilverSpoon, i.e. SilverSpoon 1.0. The first 6 weeks of Neutrino are the same as for old SilverSpoon, during which you'll be taken up a steady, unambiguous, sequential, linear progression of steps to acclimate you to certain tools and behaviors, before being unleashed onto the more freewheeling Neutrino world. You deserve the best. At the very least, you deserve better than that crap that exists out there right now. I have seen that crap. I have seen what it does to people, and it physically hurts to watch. I want you to succeed at getting used to languages. Perhaps it's a small thing to want, but it's a small thing with potentially massive consequences. Apply now, spaces permitting. But why all this addiction and fun and games? Well, because there is a serious problem with Japanese classes. The problem with Japanese classes. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I made Neutrino because you deserve better. I made Neutrino because practically everything else sucks. Hard. Especially classes. Whether it's college, language school, or just regular school, classes suck. Hard. It's a fact. I know it, you know it, we all know it. But they have their strengths. They do. That's also a fact. In class, all you have to do is show up. Someone else makes all the choices. Someone else makes all the decisions. They decide both strategy and tactics. They even handle scheduling for you. They have the big and small picture in their heads, and they give it to you piece by piece. You just kick back and do your part. So what's the problem? Well, at least half a dozen things are the freaking problem. Let's list just a few of them. 1. They suck. 2. Hard. 3. They're so busy making all the choices and all the decisions that you're left with zero freedom. That's not convenient, it's just lame. It makes you bored and confused and makes you want to go home. 4. They punish exceptional performance. 5. They force you to work at their pace. 6. They have crappy taste in, like, everything. 7. Did I mention that they bore you to effing death? 8. You could do every little boring thing they say to do in class and still not know any real Japanese. And what happens? Well, Japanese is Asian and hard, they say, the old bait and switch. 9. They treat for native by native materials as an optional supplement to learning, or an occasional reward for real learning instead of as core artifacts. 10. They don't take responsibility for the results. Bollocks. That's bollocks. You deserve better, and Neutrino gives it to you. Neutrino fixes all those problems. Let's play yet another little game of what if. What if you could have all the benefits of a Japanese class with none of the drawbacks? What if learning a language could be a series of short, fun, refreshing sprints rather than some long, drawn-out, endless marathon? What if learning a language for real, to fluency, to high-level proficiency, could have a clear, meaningful, reachable, specific, quantified endpoint? What if someone could tell you, down to the day, when you would be fluent, and then lead you every step of the way there, and make sure you actually got there, just like a physical road trip? It took me 18 months to get to the point in Japanese where I could function like an adult, read documents, talk about technical stuff, do job interviews, all in Japanese. Now, different babies start talking at different times, but that's a good ballpark figure. 18 to 24 months. 36 months if you really want some slack, but no more. I am not better than you. I am not smarter than you. Anyone could do it. So why doesn't everyone do it? 2 words. Tortoise math. Smart, perfectionistic people cannot do tortoise math. Tortoise math isn't normal math. Tortoise math is the math of tortoises. You know, the kind that race hares. The ability to do tortoise math and the ability to do regular math are completely unrelated. Tortoise math requires a high level of faith and emotional silence that you don't have time for right now. Smart people can't do tortoise math. You can't do tortoise math. You're too smart. You're too clever. You're too quick on your feet. You're too emotionally unstable. Too perfectionistic. Emotions. You feel lost. You feel overwhelmed. You don't know if what you're doing is right or even effective. And because the more you know you don't know, you start to feel like you'll never get there. You lose hope. You give up. Emotions lead to a loss of momentum. And when you don't have momentum, you have nothing. Loss of momentum kills the entire process of becoming awesome at Japanese. Let me repeat myself. You haven't had trouble becoming awesome at Japanese because you're not smart enough. You've had trouble learning Japanese because you're too smart. You use your intelligence to defeat yourself. I'm not trying to flatter you here. I am kinda. This is sales copy. I'm trying to suck up to you in order to sell you something. That's just fact. You're too smart for your own good. You're too smart to see and appreciate the blindingly small and obvious, because the small and the obvious are too small and too obvious to be intellectually interesting to you. You're too smart to focus your energy. You're too smart to do tortoise math. You're like Cyclops from X-Men. You have laser eyes. And your laser eyes, equals mental power, are shooting death beams of powerful, misdirected energy all over the room and your life. That's why I've made you a visor. You want to have this visor. I want you to have this thing that will focus your figurative laser eyes, your energy, onto one teeny tiny thing you need to right now. I'm not smart like you are. I'm simple. I'm slow on the uptake. I do tortoise math. I do the obvious. And now I'm going to do tortoise math for you, so you don't have to. Learning Japanese is a matter of engineered inevitability. It is the inevitable result of heading in a certain direction, like an idiot. The problem is, you don't have time and faith to engineer inevitability for yourself. And you're too smart to stay focused. So I've gone and done all the focusing and engineering for you. Are you inspired by all the information on AJATT but unsure how to start and what to actually do? Do you feel overwhelmed by all the things going on in your life? Are all these effing questions starting to sound like a Xanax commercial? Do you wish that someone could be there for you every step of the way like a parent or big brother or Mr. Miyagi? Do you wish someone else would do all the worrying and big picture thinking and planning and strategizing for you? Do you want the security of knowing you're doing stuff that actually works, that you're on the right track, every day, until you're fluent, no leaving you alone? Do you wish you could abdicate responsibility of handling the structure and scheduling of your learning while enjoying the freedom of choosing the content? Are you overloaded with good ideas but underloaded with action? Do you just want clear, simple, straightforward, easy directions and validation? Do you want someone who won't bait and switch on you, who'll take responsibility for your fluency for getting you there? If that sounds like you, then maybe you need to be spoon-fed. Maybe you need Neutrino. Hold on a sec though. Before I even tell you what Neutrino is, first, let's get something out of the way. Who should not try to join Neutrino? People who don't want to become fluent in Japanese, write their own operating systems, sew their own clothes, just generally like doing stuff without any help from anyone. Use Linux even in situations where it makes better sense not to, smiley face. Oh, you know you love it when I tease you about your OS religion, ha ha ha. I use Linux too, bruv. I just don't worship it. Hate everything. Don't know what AJATT stands for. Aren't willing to let go and let cats. WTF? Smiley face. Not everyone is cut out to be spoon-fed. Not everyone wants to be spoon-fed. Even if it feels and tastes great, and that's fine. That's okay. Here's a hyperlink that takes you somewhere else. Okay, so I see you're still here. Maybe you are interested in finding out what this is. But again, just to be sure, let's make sure that you're a good fit for this. Who should try to join Neutrino, if places are available? People who are busy, smart, diligent, serious, perfectionistic, obsessive, erratic, disorganized, inconsistent, undisciplined, have had several failed attempts at learning Japanese, keep starting and stopping, binging and purging, bulimic learning, 3-day monk syndrome, get overwhelmed easily, have fast, reliable internet access, duh, smiley face, use Mac or Windows, or use Linux as a tool rather than a religion, have $150 to $250 a month available for purchasing Japanese media, books, music, movies, TV shows, and tools, electronic dictionary, extra MP3 player, VPN access to Japan, etc. If you're not most of those things, then Neutrino probably isn't for you. It isn't. I wish it were, but it's not. Don't waste your time reading the rest of this. Go do the other stuff you had planned for today. Okay, so it looks like you're still here. It looks like you might really be Neutrino type. Let's talk about what it is then. Neutrino, what you don't get. Actual Japanese books, movies, supplementary materials, extra books, for example, for kanji stroke order, stationery, equipment, MP3 players, DVD player, video game consoles. Neutrino, what you do get. Every day, Neutrino spoon feeds you clear, detailed, chunked down, chewed up, simplified, minified instructions on what to do, how to do it, how long to do it, where to do it, what to use, how to use it, what to read, what to watch, what to learn, when and where to learn it, how long to learn it for, what to buy, where to buy it, when to buy it. In short, Neutrino manages and spoon feeds all major areas for you, including scheduling, easing you painlessly into awesomeness with easy steps and funny, gentle reminders to keep you on track. Stop looking at me like that, they are funny. Immersion, low effort, high result immersion management, procurement and purchase scheduling, what, where, when, and how to get the media and equipment you need. Kanji, target kanji lists, exactly which kanji to learn when. You don't have to think, you only have to focus on what SilverSpoon spoon feeds you. And vocabulary, frequency-based target vocabulary lists, detailed instructions on specific words and word types to learn in the context of SRSing MCDs, a new SRS technique that's even better than sentences. You also get special, secret, customized content and tons of freebies. Neutrino focuses you on learning the things that real native speakers in real life know and use. None of that
Les vacances au bord de la mer.
Footnote 3. Vacations at the beach. If you quote-unquote learned French in the British school system, then you know what I'm talking about. End footnote. Crap they feed you at school. Nice speech, King of Longwindia. So just what is SilverSpoon Neutrino? Where old SilverSpoon measured time, SilverSpoon Neutrino measures choices. Where old SilverSpoon is about direction, SilverSpoon Neutrino is about addiction. Where old SilverSpoon is about when and how, SilverSpoon Neutrino is about here and now. Where old SilverSpoon is about effects, SilverSpoon Neutrino is about causes. Where old SilverSpoon is about days, SilverSpoon Neutrino is about atoms. Where old SilverSpoon talks, SilverSpoon Neutrino whispers subliminal messages into your soul. Old SilverSpoon showed, guided, prodded, instructed, and mapped you to the crack. SilverSpoon Neutrino is the crack. You will never have to think again. You'll never have to fret again. You'll never have to plan again. You'll never have to worry again. At least as far as this language learning game is concerned. All you need to do is show up for your fix. And not even that, the addiction will make you show up. And that's because SilverSpoon Neutrino requires even less of you than old SilverSpoon, as if such a thing were possible. Yeah, pulled it off, smiley face. You can thank me later. Let's try that again. What's the difference between Neutrino, SilverSpoon 7.0, and old SilverSpoon 1.0? There are far too many changes to list here or anywhere. This is something that needs to be experienced to be understood. But here's a brief description of some of the changes. More customization, hyper-personalization. Old SilverSpoon was temporally customized. You got exactly what matched the day you were on. The scale of things was hidden from you. This was an amazing step forward at the time, using temporal blinders to hide information from you to keep you calm and focused, but had two weaknesses. One was that time kept moving. The other was that even a day can be too much to think about. Neutrino is moment-to-moment customized. You're selecting and doing exactly what you want to do at each moment. Days were one of the basic units of old SilverSpoon. There are no days in SilverSpoon Neutrino. It's all about atoms. Tiny, atomic actions and semi-actions and choices. Everything happens at a granular, ultra-personal atomic level. In fact, the project codename for SilverSpoon Neutrino was Atom Spoon. Time does not exist. Now is all there is. You are the star. So for example, you can skip over anything and everything you can't or don't want to do at any time, but do not have to think about it. In this respect, SilverSpoon Neutrino is your mother, your nanny, and your secretary. She will bring it up for you later. You can do only what you can and want to do at the time, but never get lost and never have to think or plan or consider or strategize or worry about how to backtrack so you're on track. Deviation is built in, expected, and celebrated. You can never fall behind because there's literally no behind. There is only you and there is only now. It's all about freeing you from thinking about learning so you can think about other things while learning takes care of itself. It's everything that school is, structured, and everything that school isn't. Awesome, personalized precisely, exactly to and for you, your preferences, and your situation. The Addiction Engine. At the core of the software behind SilverSpoon Neutrino sits a set of structures, algorithms, and processes that I call the Addiction Engine. SilverSpoon Neutrino integrates the best old, footnote 4, because old research isn't necessarily bad, sometimes it just goes out of style and gets forgotten. Researchers get bored with it. End footnote. And new research on the nature of addictive, compulsive, and avoidance behavior wraps that research into a little ball, slaps you with it, and leaves you literally begging for more. What makes gambling addictive? What makes fun fun? Why do we choose to do one thing and not another? SilverSpoon Neutrino knows why, and it's going to use that knowledge on you to devastating effect. Gamification. While SilverSpoon Neutrino itself is emphatically not a game, it's something far more vast, powerful, intentional, and sinister than that, smiley face. It contains certain elements of games to add to the fun and games. Experience points, friendly competition, school shootings. Footnote 5. Too soon? End footnote. It's all there. No Italian plumbers though. Aww. Smiley face. As I said, there are many other changes that I won't go into here. Like the Matrix, one has to see them for oneself. The good news is that many of the awesome parts of old SilverSpoon remain the same and merge into SilverSpoon Neutrino. Yes, I said awesome again. Don't look at me like you've never run out of adjectives. Fair enough, but version 7.0, dude, WTF? Are you on crack? What happened to 2 through 6? The difference between Neutrino and SilverSpoon 1.0 is so large that it warranted a jump of 6 places. It's really the difference between an airplane and a spaceship. Yes, I make spaceships now. Wait. The faux shizzle fluency guarantee. Neutrino guarantees you fluency. Guaranteed fluency. If you're not fluent in Japanese at the end of the 995 days of faithfully executing the simple, easy, quick, straightforward atoms spoon-fed to you by Neutrino, you can have a full refund, no questions asked. In fact, if you just decide partway through that you just don't like it, you can have your money back. That's how sure I am that this works. That's how freaking cool I am. Just an empty email to refund@AJATT.com with the following subject: I want a refund, but I still love you. I care about you. I promise I'll be back again. Will suffice. Succeed or get your money back. Fluency or your money back. The days of messing around are over. The people who take your money to help you learn should take responsibility for the results. I mean, I'm almost perfect, but even I'm not all the way there. Things happen. If and when they do, you don't have to pay for that imperfection. However, while a freaking cool person, I am also a practicing jerk, so there is one condition. The hypothetical refund will only be processed after day 995 of the process, regardless of the cancellation or request date. There are 3 major reasons for this. 1. To give me time to skip the country with your money and head to my secret villa in Panama with my concubine. Footnote 6. I don't even know what this word actually means, but it definitely sounds lewd. Plus, the hookers in XYZ line was getting old. End footnote. Esmeralda. What, I never told you about her? 2 words. Ought. 2. To discourage casual visitors and passers-by from clogging the system with their casualness and endless billing processing requests. We're not here to fool around. We're here to fool around with Japanese. 3. To encourage people to be mentally prepared to play this game right through to the 4th quarter. I'm in it to win it, remember? We're breaking the pots and sinking the ships. We're taking the option of quitting off the table until the end of the game. You can quit when you're fluent. No more 3-day monking. Or, if we are 3-day monkeying, we're doing it multiple times in succession, winky face. Why 995 days? Because no two people are alike. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different natural pace and different artificial schedules. Babies learn to talk at different times, and it doesn't mean one baby is better than the other, it's just how it is. No one looks back or looks down on, or up to, you because of your time to first word was 6 months different than someone else's. In fact, no one even remembers anymore. You are an individual, not a number, not a drone. That's why Neutrino is totally customized at the atomic level to you, the individual. Everything is designed so that no true Neutrino experiences are the same, because no two people are the same. Having said that, 995 days represents an upper bound. It will likely take you much less time to get fluent. This is just the guaranteed time. I would not want to make it longer because I feel that part of my, and thus Neutrino's, duty and responsibility to you is to addict you to the learning process. It's not a matter of, it'll work if you stick to it. It's a matter of, it'll work because it'll make you stick to it because it gets you hooked on it. So while we're at it, what does fluency even mean? Well, here's a working definition of fluency. Reading. Can read a randomly selected general interest, for example, newspaper, article aloud. Listening and speaking. Can listen to a randomly selected 60 to 90 second audio clip from primetime television and repeat the dialogue. Express ideas directly or via circumlocution. Writing. Can accurately transcribe a randomly selected audio 60 to 90 second spoken exchange from primetime television or radio. To this working definition, we can also add some items based on Japanese Level Up's definition, 65/80, because I think it's a really good one. Can understand Japanese TV, 95%, Japanese news, 95+%, contemporary novels, 95%. Can read and understand Japanese only grammar/usage explanations and dictionary definitions. You use Japanese to learn itself. Your Japanese is self-hosting. Don't yet have a full background of Japanese culture, history, geography, and social life in general. Can read, write, and understand whatever an average Japanese high schooler can. Can read, write, and understand whatever an average person in your field of expertise, for example, college major or profession, can. On the phone and text chat, people occasionally, though not always, think you're Japanese. And some people think that you were raised in Japan, or have lived here for 10+ years, or are part Japanese. I'm still not sure, yo. That's fine, no problem. Get your name on the waiting list, and we'll keep in touch. Future rounds of SilverSpoon will cost more, the price is always rising, and will have even stricter entry criteria, qualifications, prerequisites, time and headcount limits than you're looking at now. But the peace of mind may be worth it. I, for one, would rather you join when you're more certain. Narrator's note, since this one was a bit longer, I just wanted to come on here real quick and say thank you for listening. I've been really enjoying reading through the AJATT blog lately, so I hope that you've been enjoying listening. I have bigger plans for more original content, but for now I still have a lot of AJATT narrated videos to make, so that keeps me on the grind, and I don't really have much time to dedicate to other ones, but I will soon, hopefully. I don't like begging, and I don't want to have a line that gets repeated every video, especially since this series will be best watched back-to-back at double speed, and it would get really annoying to hear over and over again. But if you enjoy this and want some more motivation for learning Japanese, or just want a kick of nostalgia listening to Khatzumoto's old posts, please consider subscribing. I'm still trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. However, if you don't want to, please don't feel like you need to at all. Anyway, thanks again for listening, and hope to see you around in the next one. Peace.